money, get the cake. Need the dough, make it bake. They all know that I'll be great. I don't have time to wait. Mess with me a big.
So we're gonna move on to another video. Shout out to Red Pill Hub on Instagram. Shout out to them. We're gonna show a video about this one dude on We're gonna show this one dude on a what's it called? On divorce. I think it's divorce court. I think that's what it is. And he finds out the child is not his, and we'll see the reaction he displays. Once he finds out the child is not his, and it's very sad to see, because it shows another thing that men are, nobody cares about men. I saw this one video one time before we move on, that a man does not receive his flowers until he passes away, and that's very true. Let me ask you guys in the chat. If you guys want to answer, or any man out there, have you guys ever received flowers, like ever in your life from anybody? Like one flower, like one rose. Have y'all received a rose or anything from anybody? And not even a woman for romance, from anyone. Men don't receive flowers like that. So it is what it is. Let's play this video. Shout out to Red Pill Hub for providing this.
Are not his father.
I have no idea who his dad is at this point.
Shout out to Carolina Prodigy. You have. I'm glad. Good, man. I'm glad that you have, man. Unfortunately, bro. Unfortunately, a lot of men don't receive that type of kindness. But I'm glad you have, man. It's good. At least some men are receiving it. At least some men are receiving it.
At this point,
we knew that.
I'm sorry, but I didn't sleep.
Okay. Tommy. Oh, down, babe. It's okay. We're all here. We're all here.
I'm here with you. I'm not gonna leave you. Okay?
Now she was on his side. She was on his side at first. We're gonna play it again, but you see that woman was on his side at first. But as soon as that other girl was found out to be a liar, was found out to be a fraud, and destroyed this man, she went to her and consoled her. This guy's hurting, and you can see in his eyes he don't want to lash out. He don't want to destroy nothing, because men not gotta put their feelings inside, because we can be destructive. We can be destructive, and if we do not control our emotions, not only could it hurt us, but it could hurt the people around us. And he's trying, and he's mad because he's just standing there. Even tears in his eyes. He's not saying a word. He's not even condemning the chick. Because at least he could have been like, "Oh man, this chick, da 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 da." Nah, he's not even saying a word. He's trying to bottle everything in.
You are not his father.
I have no idea who his dad is at this point.
And now she's trying to play the victim. First of all, and this is the problem I'll be having with modern women today, is they're too promiscuous to the point that it hurts the child. This man wanted to be the father. You can tell in his face he wanted to be the father. I don't know what happened in the story. I didn't really look it up. I don't know if he stayed. Some guys like to stay. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm the father regardless," which I think is stupid. But hey, some men do that, whatever. But now the child is without the actual father. And even if the guy stay, he's going to deal with confusion, because what if the biological father wants to come in and out of nowhere? 20 years down the line, this dude is raised by this guy. 20 years down the line, oh, the biological father's here. I want to have a relationship with him. Well, damn, now the child deals with confusion, and he might deal with some anger, because the mother was lying.
We knew that.
I'm sorry, but I didn't sleep.
Okay.
Look at his face right here. He don't even want to look at the chick. He's mad. He's mad, man. See, bro, oh man, I feel sorry for this guy. Tears running down his eyes. He can't even speak. This dude is devastated, man.
Hey, we're all here. We're all here.
But as soon as she breaks down crying, plays the victim, even though it's her fault they're in this situation, everybody starts running to her. Everybody starts running to her. Even the woman that was next to him.
I'm here with you.
Even the woman that was next to him. That's the woman that was next to him. She going consoling this guy. The bailiff consoling this guy. The judge consoling the woman. Nobody is saying, "Oh, I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry this happened to you." Nobody's touching him. Nobody's grabbing on him. Nobody's saying, "I'm sorry you're going through this, man. I'm sorry you're going through this, sir." Nobody is consoling him. Nobody cares about this guy. This man wanted to be a father. People don't realize, people don't like to say deadbeat fathers, deadbeat fathers. Deadbeat fathers. Why did they add the corny music? I don't know, man. I have no idea. I wanted to mute it, but I wanted you guys to hear them actually speak. I wanted you guys to hear them actually speak. But you could tell he wanted to be a father. And a lot of men want to be fathers. I'm not saying there's no deadbeat fathers out there, but a lot of men do generally want to be fathers. And when that is taken away from them, that's devastating. A man's imperative is to create a legacy. That is why we tend to sleep with a lot of women. And I'm not saying that it's good to sleep with a lot of women, but it is in our biology to sleep with a lot of women so we can spread our seed. We tend to die faster. We tend to die more often. So for us to have a child is one of the best things in the world. Unfortunately, when a woman lies, and when a woman lies and you find out the child is not yours, that is your whole world right there. That literally could be your whole world right there. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter what you do for your career. It doesn't matter none of that stuff. Your legacy is the most important thing that you can have as a man. And unfortunately, when that gets taken away from there, it can hurt you. But again, look at we're gonna finish the rest of this. Nobody's consoling him. He's crying. Even the woman that was with him is not even. He can't even look at the woman no more. He can't even look at that woman no more. So let me ask you guys: do you guys still feel like women care about y'all, man? That you finally gonna find out one woman that's gonna care about you? You know what I'm saying? Like that's. I'm sorry to tell y'all this, man. It's not gonna happen anymore. This is not. It's not even the early 2000s. At least the early 2000s, you probably could have found someone. You know what I'm saying? Now in 2023, these women do not care about you. And it's actually really sad, to be honest with you, because, again, men go through a lot of stuff. We go through a lot of stuff. We go through a lot of hate. We go through a lot emotionally. And, obviously, when we're young boys, if you have your mother, if you have your mother will nurture you and whatnot and help you emotionally most of the time. Or she should anyway. She's supposed to anyway. But then that responsibility is supposed to go to your wife. And unfortunately, women, they can't handle responsibility anymore. These modern women cannot handle responsibility at all. That's why they tend to divorce the most. That's why they tend to lie and not be faithful. And that's why they can lie to you. They can lie to you about your child, and it still expect you to pay for that child for at least 18 years. And then you don't even know how this woman's going to act. You don't know how this woman's going to act in terms of if you lose your job, or if you go to jail, or if you're not able to pay child support. You don't know how this woman's going to act when she leaves you and finds another man, and the other man decides to be a stepfather when you are still trying to be involved in that life. Because there are stories where the stepfather and the father be beefing because the wife turned them on each other, withholding the child, And then the father actually got a beef with the stepdad. The stepdad trying to be, oh, I'm the dad that stepped up. And you got a beef with that. There are stories where the actual father has been taken out by a stepdad because the stepdad wanted to be the one and only dad, the good guy, quote unquote. There's stories like that. And nobody's saying, oh man, men go through this. Nobody cares. Women are always talking about their situations. They march for their situations. They always talk about what they're going through, but they don't even acknowledge what men go through. Even when we argue, even when you're arguing with a woman and you discuss what's wrong with women, they'll go, well, what about men? But then when they talk about their problems, they never go, what about men? They never say what's wrong with. Well, I know we go through this, but also men go through this too. They never do that. They never bring up their problems with men. They don't care. As a man, what should you do in this situation? As a man, Carolina Prodigy, what you do in this situation? If you cannot find you a wholesome woman, it's best to not deal with women at all, man. It's really best to not deal with women at all. That's why, you know what I'm saying. I personally say purge women out your life. Unless you can find yourself a really wholesome woman who is fit, feminine, friendly, submissive. She's not really out there like that. She doesn't really go out there like that. In this type of situation, honestly, it's done. If you're not married to this woman and she lied to you, if she is the baby mother and she lied to you about the child, I mean, yeah, if you want to still take care of the child, okay, whatever. I personally don't condone it, but you just need to go your own way. A lot of men now and today, a lot of men today in 2023 are not really dealing with modern women anymore. They're not dating, they're not going out, they're not really having sex like that. And we're starting to see the effects of that in society because we see marriages have gone down. The marriage rate has gone down. A lot of businesses are actually going bankrupt. David's Bridal has gone bankrupt. I think another place has gone bankrupt. Engagement ring sales have gone down. So a lot of men are just avoiding the situation, period. A lot of men are not having children anymore. And it's honestly unfortunate because, again, the man's imperative is to have a child. And obviously when the man is not going to his imperative, his biological state, that's a lot of reason why men are, becoming depressed now, because a lot of men want to have families. A lot of men want to have children. So when they don't achieve that goal, they become depressed, and that's why a lot of men take themselves out. But if we can see a lot of men, we can see the suicide rates. I didn't mean to say it, but you can see those rates out there are high, extremely high. And obviously you have this whole incel culture, quote unquote, which I don't really like to use that term because that was made by a woman. That was made by a woman. But we have this whole incel culture where a lot of men are frustrated that they can't find themselves a wife. So the best thing in the situation is just not deal with it and focus on focus on your goals, focus on your passion, focus on what you're trying to do. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares about you but you. Obviously, you're going to have family. You're going to have your close immediate family. But if you can't find yourself a wholesome woman, and when I say wholesome, fit, family friendly, submissive, a homebody, she's not really out there like that. She don't have male friends. She's not very promiscuous. I don't know. It's a done deal.